Alrighty. We are back. Ouch. I got a puppy at my feet today, and she's biting my toes. We're back, and we're going to do a little ink transfer drawing. My name is Mark Zimmerman. I'm here through the Sanford Arts program. I just rolled a little ink, thin layer of ink. I'm going to move this puppy. Come on, pup. Come on, Cleo. Move. Alright. So I just rolled some ink out here, and I'm going to drop a piece of paper on it. And then I'm going to draw and rub on the back of that paper, transferring ink to the front. That's why we call it an ink transfer drawing. And I'll finish it with a little watercolor too. We're just going to do a simple little high plains scene, little fence line and a ridge. That ink I rolled out is inside a little rectangle of tape. And sometimes I can feel that tape. And drag the pen along it. I can't normally draw a straight line. Okay. Let's see, I want to be about that far. Let's just do it about right here. First thing I'm going to do is put in some little grass. And let's put a post here. We'll have it lean just a little bit. And we'll make this a gate. A little bit of a road. I can transfer ink by rubbing on the back too. So I just transferred ink by putting a little pressure on the back of the paper with my hand. Let's put some wire on here, and ouch, Cleo. Pup's name is Cleo. She's rolling around at my feet, scratching my ankles. I appreciate that, Cleo. Thank you. Put a little shadow on that side of that post. I can even do that with my finger too. And let's put a post back in here, and let's brace this oddly. I don't know why. I'm looking at a picture and this is really how it's braced, so I don't know that makes any sense if you're bracing a gate, but such as it is. Okay, and then down below that, and Put some barbs on that wire. There we go. Got a and then the key to drawing a high plains ridge is not to do much. Put a little shadow on one side. Try to get it on the same side as the post. Forgot the shadow on that post, didn't I? So there's our little foreground ridge. We got our little background ridge, and and my plate is moving. That piece of plexiglass is called a plate. Okay, maybe we should put something in the sky, huh? So I'm going to put a square sun, because I grew up in a square house on a square block in a town made of squares. In one of the square states, well, a rectangle anyway. There we go. Let's take a peek, see what we got. Take that tape off. Now I can, yeah. Let me see what I'm going to do. See if there's anything else I want to do. Yeah, there is. Take another peek. Okay, we're good. Little pup likes attention, so she continues to be right at my ankles. See if I can not trip over her when I get rid of this inky plate. Here's what we drew. I've got some, she's wondering where I went. I'm coming back. I've got some watercolor paint all mixed up and ready to go. And I'm going to put a board under here too. Board lets me tip it up and back in different directions, and sometimes that's kind of handy. Give the yellow a little stir. Watercolor typically works light to dark, so we'll start with our lightest, brightest colors. You'll notice that everything I drew came out backwards, right? So what yeah, we'll just put in a little. And let's give another color a little stir. This is yellow ochre, so I put some yellow in. Now I think I'll come back with yellow ochre, which is an earth tone, kind of a brownish yellow. Try to not overdo it. Give this a stir. This is a... No, I don't want that color. I want a different color, sorry. Let's give this a stir. first first painting of the day, so I need to stir. My paint from yesterday is kind of settles, especially these earth tones. It really is just earth, it's dirt. And so it settles to the bottom. Putting in a little, separating that foreground grass from the background with just a little darker value, a little darker color. Now I'm going to tip it. This is where I wanted to be able to tip it. And then gravity works, helps me pull this paint or let that paint run downhill. I'm going to let it kind of fade out a little bit. A little bit of that yellow ochre again. A little more of that yellow ochre. A little more yellow ochre. I'm going to take just a teeny touch of green here. So I added value, I added some darks and lights already to these little hills, so I don't need to do too much with those. I'm going to shift colors, different earth tone, a little rust, or burnt sienna rather, out in here. Just so I kind of separate the distant hill from the closer hill, the foreground hills. Whoa, be nice if I could stay in the lines, huh? Let's come back with some of that yellow I started with. And I'm going to let that yellow bleed out into some blue, if it will. There we go. Yeah, good. I'm adding a little water to my paint. Water makes it more transparent, lets the white or cream colored paper show through. There we go. I think I want to turn this, back the way so I can see it right side up. I'm going to come back and paint these posts. And I'm just going to make them making blue posts and some blue shadows in here too. I see you, Cleo. Cleo's not a big fan of the studio. Not much happens out here that she's interested in. So her solution is to make herself into a bit of a pest, aren't ya? She's a little German Shepherd pup. She's 5.5 months old, and cute as a Dickens. And she's a bit of a Dickens too. I'm going to put some shadow back in there too. And a little shadow up in here too. Sorry, I get kind of quiet when I have to think. I'm not real good at doing two things at once. Cleo, step right on your toes. That is no doubt what she was hoping for, actually. There we go. So I always sign them in pencil. I think I'll get this board out of here. Get a hard surface underneath me again. We'll call it Eagle Butte, because that's what it is. I'm going to sign it, Zimmerman, and date it, 2020. And there it is. Actually, here's the photograph I was looking at too. So, put that down there, you can see it a little better. Well, I hope you had fun watching. I had fun playing around. This is kind of my warm-up for the day. Until next time, bye-bye.